If you were there in the Border-Gavaskar Trophy this time, you would have won. Tell me.
Firstly, very good evening, everyone. Yes, I was very confident. If I was there, then we wanted to make a hat trick. So I wouldn't deny that.
That's my headline. Say it again. Trisha, you've just got your headline.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, Indian team, whenever we play against Australia, it is always a competitive test series, whether we are playing in India or in Australia. And the track record says that we have won more number of times against them than they have won the BGT. So, yeah, even this time, even although I wasn't there, we started really well. The first test match was really a good one. And probably it is a little unfortunate that after that, things didn't go our way.
Is Australia the new Pakistan?
In a way, I would agree because they are one of the most toughest rivals when it comes to Test cricket. And Indian team never likes losing against Aussies. They are quite competitive on the field. Whenever you are on the field, you can never win a Test match easily against Australia. And they are, I mean, everyone knows they are quite vocal about. I mean, whenever we are playing, they will try and ensure that they will make us hear if we are not playing well. And on-field banter or the sledging always goes on with Aussies. So when you beat them, it's a different feeling altogether. And Ravi Bhai once ended up saying in 2018 when we won the first Border-Gavaskar Trophy in 71 years, that it is as good as winning a World Cup.
True.
And all the players, did feel like that it is like winning a World Cup. When you beat Australia, in front of their home crowd, it's a different feeling altogether.
Shane Warne said once that when he kind of gets up from his sleep, he still sees Sachin Tendulkar at Sharjah. Josh Hazelwood said he will see Cheteshwar Pujara. यार आपने तो इतना थकाया आपने खत्म कर दिया. But tell me, how is it possible for you batting such long hours against Australia, and how does Australia bring the best out of Cheteshwar Pujara, and why?
Well, it has all started from 2010. I made my debut against Aussies, and that's the first time when I encountered sledging. That's when they were.
क्या बोल रहा था बोलिए ना. अनपार्लियामेंट्री नहीं होगा तो बोल दीजिए.
यहाँ पर तो नहीं बोल सकता क्योंकि सुनने में कभी अच्छा नहीं लगता था. जिस तरह के वर्ड्स यूज होते थे तो काफी मुश्किल था मेरे लिए. And being a youngster, you feel aggressive. You feel like I want to say something back to him. But at that time I didn't know how to react, and I thought the best way to react is to start scoring runs against them, start beating them. And then once you beat them, once you start winning the test matches, then whenever I used to field at short leg, that was the time when I used to give it back to them. And I was very careful of the stump mic because one has to be very careful. There are certain words which were exchanged, which I can't tell now. But I did feel good after, saying something back to them because we are never the ones who will start the sledging. Aussies are the one who will most of the times start the sledging. So it all started from 2010, and after that all the Border-Gavaskar trophies I have been part of, which has been very competitive. And talking about the Aussies, they are one of the most competitive teams because victories against Aussies never come easy. One has to work really, really hard, whether even when we are playing in India, the kind of preparations they have, the kind of game planning they have, they are probably one of the best in the world, no matter which format you are playing. But when it comes to Test cricket, they have the proper balance. So they are very well prepared. And when you want to win against them, you also as a player or as a team, you have to be very well prepared. And success the reason for which I got success is the preparation. Because before any series, I ensured that I have the best preparation, which allows me to be successful whenever we are playing against Aussies. So I always used to try and replicate the conditions. When we were playing in India, whenever I was at home, I used to play on turning tracks. Before going into Australia, I used to ensure that I used to play with cork ball on a cement pitch, where the bowlers used to bowl from 16 to 18 yards. And before I went to the 2018 Australian tour, one of my friends who used to help me, he told me, because he used to bowl from 16 to 18 yards, that this time I can ensure you that Mitchell Stark wouldn't be able to bother you because he was a left-arm seamer. His name is Kuldeep Sharma. He has played under-19 Indian cricket with me. So he told me that now when you go to Australia, none of the Aussie bowlers will be able to trouble you because we have seen the kind of preparations you have gone through, the number of bouncers you have faced in the nets, and this preparation will definitely give you success. And that is what happened. Eventually, I did get my success, but the reason for that success was preparation. And for any sports person or for any cricketer, one can always say that if you have prepared well, you are always confident enough.
Let me now kind of give you a bit of a tough one. You know, the truth is, and I'm not saying it because you are on this panel with me. For India in Australia, the problem was that number 3 position. And whatever it is, whoever batted, whether it is Shubman, whether it is someone else, we did not get the scores that we needed. We are playing perhaps the toughest tour in 3 months from now. June 20th, first test match, Leeds. You had a decent domestic season. You will once again play county cricket. Are you ready? Are you ready if you are called for a comeback? Are you ready to do the job for India in England?
Yes, of course. As a cricketer, you know, one always wants to play for the Indian team. And I am doing whatever I can to get that success. If the team needs me, I'm definitely ready. I'm training well. I've been playing domestic cricket. I've been playing county cricket since last couple of years. I've been scoring heavily in domestic circuit. So if given an opportunity, yes, I'll be more than ready to grab it with both hands. Test cricket is something which I've loved playing since my childhood. And after playing 100 test matches, you always feel that you always miss being part of the team. And whenever team doesn't do well, it always hurts you. Although even if you are not part of the team, but when you are watching it from TV, whenever Indian team is playing any format, but I think when it comes to white ball cricket, the losses are slightly easier to accept. When it comes to test cricket, when you start losing away from home, it hurts you. So, yeah, if I get an opportunity to answer your question, I'll be more than happy to grab that opportunity.
So the hunger is still very much the same?
It is. I would say it's even more because when you become a little older, you need to work harder. You need to look after your fitness. You need to train even more. And there are little weaknesses which all the other cricket playing nations have, tried identifying. So you need to work on your technique. You need to work on your temperament a bit more. And I've been doing that. So yes, I mean, I've done whatever I can in my control to, be in touch with the game, and that hunger is still there.
2007 was the last time we won in England. 2007 1-0, 11-12 0-4 loss, 14 once again after that first test match, Lord's Ishan 7 for 70, 3-1, 18 1-4, 21-22, after that COVID thing, 2-1 up, then we lost that. Is England, I mean, people have already said former England players, Nasser, Michael Atherton, India has no chance, etc., England favourites. Do you buy that, or do you give India a real chance?
No, this Indian team definitely has a very good chance. Even if you look at the England bowling lineup, they are slightly weak after Anderson has retired and Stuart Broad is not there anymore in the England playing 11. So I feel that this Indian team, the young Indian team, if you look at our bowling lineup with Bumrah, Shami and Siraj, the bowling lineup is there. It's about putting enough number of runs on the board for our bowlers to take those 20 wickets, and I'm sure that guys are capable enough. So I wouldn't say that India doesn't have any chance. Definitely this team has a chance, but it's never easy when you are playing overseas. You need experience. You need players to stick to basics, because nowadays game is moving forward. I can definitely accept that there are more players who are playing little more aggressively. They are playing white ball cricket, and the kind of shots which they play is slightly different. But test cricket, when it comes to test cricket, it doesn't change. We have been playing this format for more than 100 years, and we have seen that to gain success in test format, you still need to respect the conditions, still need to respect the bowlers. And when the right time comes, that's when you start playing shots. So one always has to understand that, to find that right balance, because you can't be over aggressive. We have been seeing the England team, they've spoken a lot about taking this test format forward, playing baseball. But if you look at the last 2 WTC cycles, they haven't qualified for the WTC finals in any of them. So ultimately you need success, and success comes when you play the format where how it should be played. And Test cricket, I don't think it's going to change a lot. Yes, I mean, one has to play to their strength. You can't ask someone like Rishabh Pant to bat slowly. He has to play his way. But you have different characters in the team, and each and every team has to identify those characters, and you need to try and make them play with according to their strength.
You know, batting for, when I see, and again, I think of the New Zealand series where India lost 0-3. I see people playing 5 balls and playing what they call a release shot. And I'm like, what do you mean a release shot in a test match? When I see you, even if you play 50 balls, 100 balls, 150 balls, 200 balls, I don't see many like you. Are you a rare beast? You are, of course you are. But what does it take, Cheteshwar, to bat for 1,000 balls in a series? That intense concentration. Can you take me backstage and talk a little bit about your process?
Well, there is a prize on your wicket, and since now many players are playing the shorter format a bit more, their style of play has changed, their mindset has changed. Because in a shorter format, you need to play shots, you need to play aggressively. So your preparation is also a bit more with the white ball, because young players, they end up practicing more with the white ball. So in the nets, most of the times they are playing shots. Now, when it comes to red ball cricket, when I started playing cricket, when I made my debut for the Indian team, I had the great players like Rahul Dravid, Sachin Tendulkar, VVS Lakshman, who were part of the squad. And I saw them prepare. And they used to bat hours and hours in the nets without making any mistakes, just playing normal cricketing shots. So that's how I learned. That's how I started learning this game. That's how I, started practicing. So you need to have, you need to play n number of balls in the nets without making any mistake. And you also need to control your mind when you're out there in the middle. There are times where you will have the urge of going over the top. There are times where you feel like, I haven't got a boundary in last 15, 20 balls. What should I do now? Should I play a shot where I can get a boundary or a 6? And then you need to tell yourself, what is the best result for the team? If I try and take that risk, is it going to help the team? And most of the times in test format, the answer is no. Because you need to hold yourself back. You need to build a partnership. You look at the bigger picture. What is the total India is chasing? What is the total we are looking to put on the board? And for that, you need to make a lot of sacrifices within yourself, within your head. And nowadays, we are living in an era where everything is very fast. And the mindset of the young players is also that I don't mind taking that chance. If I get a success, if I get a 4 or a 6, then I'm releasing that pressure. But you need to soak in that pressure for the bigger cause, for your team, for the Indian team. And if you want to be victorious, it's not your way, it's the team's way. What is the best way to bat for the team? Not for yourself, but for the country.
Brilliant answer. Absolutely brilliant answer. Cheteshwar, you've batted with Virat for such a long time. You've played with Rohit for such a long time. We in the media, we start judging. People on social media start judging. So-and-so's done. What is your objective opinion? Do we jump the gun? Because obviously we don't know the dressing room. 5 failures, 4 failures, did not, two back-to-back series, people don't score. We say so-and-so is finished. Do you think that players with such kind of experience, and I'm being blunt here, do you think Virat can still make a difference to the Indian team in England?
Definitely he can. Look at the kind of experience he has, the number of runs he has scored in all 3 formats. So there are times where a player is bound to fail because the expectations are so high. We start saying that he's not scoring runs. And yes, there have been times that he hasn't scored runs, but he has earned the right to fail, because someone who has been successful for over a period of time, for so many years in all 3 formats, then you need to, say that, yes, he's going through a tough time. We need to back him. He's someone who has won us so many matches. Now, this is the tough time. He's not going through a tough time anymore. He's scoring runs. But there was a time where he wasn't scoring too many runs, especially in the Australian series, where he got 100 in the first test match. And then he got out early in rest of the matches. But he's someone who is capable enough of winning test matches for the country. So when someone fails, that is the time when you need backing from the team. from the people of this country. And when the people are supporting, then you know that confidence level always goes high. And in my opinion, I genuinely feel that he can make a difference in the team, and I'm sure that he will carry on playing cricket in test format as well.